I give the episode a 4 out of 10.
Oh, out of 10.
Pretty low. In fact, 4 out of 10 for me is pretty high for this episode. The main reason being, is this show the regular life or the post-apocalypse? Because
Yep.
it's feeling pretty like normal life. We've got
Yep.
excavators, we've got saws, we've got houses, we've got jackets, we've got jeans, we got shoes, we got electricity, we got running water. Like what is this?
You're saying
Is
it
this
does not feel like an apocalypse.
yeah, like with global supply chains, yeah, we can have all that stuff. But in the small town of Jackson, Wyoming, some of this stuff might be hard to come by.
They got like fresh cotton clothing. Where are you getting cotton?
Right. Even they've got sparklers. Like what? What is this?
What is this? What is this?
What is this?
What is this show?
So, like, is it regular life or is it post-apocalypse? Post-apocalypse. And I'm feeling taken out of it because I don't feel like it's the post-apocalypse anymore. We're not dealing with the supply situation. Water,
Don't feel
food, housing, clothing, cold, stuff like that. Famine, right? One bad crop, we're going down. Protein.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Where we got beefcakes.
Why are people so muscular?
Why are people so muscular? I mean, they got
Where are they getting that food? Where are they getting that test?
yeah. So like, who's manufacturing stuff? How does the economy work? Some things must be degrading. They can't have like running tractors and vehicles everywhere. And then the global situation, right? If Jackson, Wyoming is doing this well, China's doing well. Maybe
Okay.
there's going to be some invasions and stuff. It'll be like normal life with politics and global commerce
right.
and what is
That's right.
this?
Are we doing apocalypse or we're not?
All right. Yeah. So, in addition, Ellie and Dina they're just annoying. They're more than annoying. They're liabilities to the city, causing problems, going out on patrol, disobeying orders. It's just annoying. So, overall, for me, 4 out of 10. The only redeeming thing was when I was watching the episode, I was engaged, I guess, waiting for you know what. So, call that a 4 out of 10. What'd you think?
I don't know what you were waiting for. So I gave this episode a 3 out of 10. It was a 4 out of 10, but just now as you were discussing it, I changed it to a 3. So the pros are zombies are neat. It's cool sci-fi, classic sci-fi stuff. And so the scientific kernel is what would happen if things that were dead were not dead. Cool launching point. And then the consequences of this are not really that explored. So this bothers me in science fiction because otherwise, what are we doing here? It feels like a drama with a background of whatever sci-fi is in the background. It doesn't matter. Like I really want to see what is the scientific question, what is the kernel, what is the twist of fate, what is different in this world, this universe that is different than what we see in our real world, and then what are the consequences of this? And I don't feel that. I don't feel that from The Last of Us. It doesn't make sense. It feels like we're not consultants. It feels like we should be in this apocalypse world where things are shut down. You don't have access to supplies, but they somehow do. They have like running electricity. Electricity they explained as having a hydroelectric dam. Fine, but then the excavator and the tractor, like these are things that will break down over time. You don't just have an infinite supply of things. It feels like there weren't consultants. It feels like there wasn't scientific consultants, nor were there preppers. And there's like, I don't want to call them crazy, but there's tons of like really out there preppers who have thought about this scenario and they've really thought about the ins and outs of how society would fall apart or how it would function or what would be scarce, what wouldn't be. Like when we had COVID and toilet paper became scarce, like that was a wild thing. But there were some preppers that got it right. And so it doesn't feel like that homework was done in this show. Takes me out of it because then we're not in a zombie world. We're not in an apocalypse world. It could have been anywhere. And so we're just watching a regular story. The characters, they don't feel like they live in a zombie world. They should be a lot more frightened, a lot more careful, a lot more averse to risks because you have one life to live and there's dangerous stuff everywhere. And the fact they have like music and lights on at night, that's like a come here, attack me. Like, what are we doing? It doesn't feel like they actually live in a world where things are dangerous. It feels like a drama that's just been attached to a beloved gaming franchise. So overall, it's a show.
All right, let's get into it.
That's it. That's it.
Let's get into it.